Alright, welcome back to another episode of Splinterlands. And today we'll be talking about staking in Splinterlands. Right, so here are the 5 questions that I would answer for you today. First question, what is staking? Second, why stake? Why Splinterlands? What are some concerns to note when staking in Splinterlands? And how should I protect myself from the concerns mentioned? So let's start off with what is staking, right? What is staking? So staking in itself is actually a very complicated concept, and if you see the definition over here, you probably wouldn't understand it if you are seeing it for the first time. And I also don't really understand it, but let's just read it out loud. Right, staking is the process of actively participating in transaction validation on a proof of stake blockchain. Right, so let's just copy this and put it here. So this is the theory of staking, but what I'm going to give you is a very loose definition of staking. So a loose definition of staking is earning interest. Right, earning interest. So when I go back to my own Splinterlands page, to go to the staking site, right, just hover over here and click, and then you will come to this page. So in this page, I have 600 splinter shards, and each splinter shard costs about 32 cents as of today, which totals to about $200. So I have $200. So what does staking means? Look at this APR over here. This is my interest rate. So when I put $200 inside here, my interest will be 273% annual percentage rate. So 273% per year. Right? Let's do some calculation. So why stake? Alright, so $200 with 273% interest rate, that gives you about $500 a year, right? So is this actually too good to be true? The answer is yes, because this rate will not stay the same. In fact, it will go down, and this market price may go down. But I'm going to go to that in question 4, right? So now the next question is why stake? As I've already mentioned, staking is earning interest, right? So when you stake, wait, someone text me. Let me just. Okay, when you stake, you're earning that much interest, so a lot of high interest rates. Okay? Now, if you go to bank interest rate comparison, look at this. This is the interest rate. I'm sure many of you have a bank account, and many of you know that the interest rate in the banks are not very high, right? And if you have a bank in Singapore, right, you will know that the interest rate is less than a percent, less than a tenth of a percent even. So with banks, right, $200 with 0.05% interest rate gets you about, I don't know, some cents a year, right? I can't really count, but you get the point, right? It has very high interest rates. So now you may ask yourself, is this a new thing, right? Oh, staking, earning interest rate, is it new? The answer is no, right? In fact, there is a whole platform, right, in the DeFi network that is just focused solely on staking. And in this PancakeSwap, which is the most popular DeFi platform on the Binance Smart Chain, right? In PancakeSwap, you can see that these are the annual percentage rates, much higher than the banks, right? 70%, 40%, 75%. Why are the interest rates different? I would talk about it in another video, right? But this means that when you stake this, which is the native currency, which is cake, right? You see, stake cake, and then you earn RAM, which is another crypto. right? Stake cake, earn BTT. And if I go down, you can actually see this, right? Stake cake, earn SPS, which is Splinter Shards, which is the one that we use in this platform, right? Splinter Shards. So you can stake cake and it earns you Splinter Shards. So why stake? Basically high interest rates. Okay, now why stake in Splinterlands? Why stake in Splinterlands and not some other places like PancakeSwap, right? Okay, so staking in Splinterlands, this shard over here actually has its users, right? Right now, this Splinter shards just came out, so you don't really know what its use is, but in years to come, or in months to come, as you can see, staking and earning, right? This is the one, and then rank battles. When you play the game, right, in essence, you can earn more with more Splinter shards, right? So why Splinterlands? Why stake in Splinterlands? Because it is more than just a governance token, right? In other words, you can do stuff with it, earn more money, right? So this is the answer to why stake in Splinterlands. Now, before you go and stake in Splinterlands, this is the most important part that you will need to know. What are some concerns to note when staking in Splinterland? Or more importantly, what are some concerns to note when staking, right? So now let's get back to this. $200 with 273 interest rate equals $500 a year. Sounds very good, right? Will it last a year? The answer is no, right? If you go to cryptocurrency.coinmarketcap.com and you type Splinter Shards, okay, it's lagging a bit, but anyways, Splinter Shards. This is the price now, right? 30 cents. This coin came out pretty not really long ago, as you can see. So maybe about like 3 weeks from when I just made this video, and up to now you can see the price fluctuates, right? $91, 13 cents, right? And then now it's about 30 cents, hovering about 30 cents. So what are some of the concerns is that you need to know the risk of staking. When you stake, let me just type it out. When you stake, two things happen. Two things will change. The price of the total value that you stake, and the annual interest rate. Right? Two things will change. The total value that you stake and the annual interest rates. Now it's at 30 cents, right? As you see, it can go to 25 cents, right? It can go to 24 cents, and it can go to $1, right? This is just the starting of Splinter Shards, so we don't know what's the direction that these Splinter Shards will go, right? But if it goes down, as you can see, let's say 32 cents, right? If it goes down to 16 cents, my approximate US value will be $100 already, right? If it goes down to 5 cents, that's divisible by 6. You divide this by 6, it goes down to about $30. So you need to really understand that the total value that you stake always changes, right? The total value that you stake always changes. It will be good if it goes up, but detrimental if it goes down, right? So that's the first thing you need to know. Now the second thing that you need to know is the annual interest rate. Will this interest rate stay the same at 273.11% APR The answer is no. As long as there is more splinter shards being staked, the APR will go down, right? As long as there is more being staked, the APR will go down. APR, annual. Right, now there's actually a difference between APR and APY, but I won't cover it in this video. Just note that, okay, let me just say it here, APR vs APY. Just note that APR measures the interest charged and API measures the interest earned. If you still don't understand, I will make another video for this, but, right, this percentage will always get lower if the total stake is higher. Right now, the total stake is actually not a lot, right? Total liquid means what's around in other people's wallet, locked in liquidity and whatnot. But only 32 million has been staked, right? So this, you need to know that this is one of the concerns, the risk of staking. Not only in Splinterlands itself, but in anywhere that offers staking. The coin may go down to zero, right? Once again, the currency, the value of the coin may go down to zero, right? So I just want to show you one place that actually flopped. It's called Goose Finance. Okay, if you see this chart, right, you see this chart is at $160, $50. It flopped. Look at this, 80 cents. So no matter how high the APR is, you are actually losing money, right? As compared to when you put in a bank, right? When you put in a bank, you put $1,000 in a bank. At the end of the year, if the bank don't collapse, you get $1,000. You always have $1,000 in there, right? Inflation rates will increase, but you always have $1,000 in there. Okay. Now, talking about crashing and flopping, this is the second concern: the risk of staking, right? The risk of Splinterlands. Now, what is the risk of Splinterlands? It's just a concern that this game may disappear one day, right? You never know. This kind of game just comes and goes. But for Splinterlands, I am confident that it will stay because it has already been, activate. It has always been active since 2018 and is one of the longest standing DeFi games out there that I know of. So let me just write it down. Splinterlands may disappear, but it's highly unlikely because of its long-standing history in DeFi. 3 years is actually a really long time already, right? It used to be called Steam Monsters, I think, something like that. You can search out the history of Splinterlands, but this game is very well established already, especially in the DeFi platform. Okay, so I'm not so worried if it crashes, if the whole game disappears. Now, the more concerning thing is the risk of flash crash. The risk of flash crash. Now, what does a flash crash mean? It means that the token, let's say today 32 cents, tomorrow when you wake up, it becomes 10 cents. Right? This is a flash crash, where the price of the token decreases rapidly in a short period of time. Why is this a problem? It's because when you stake in Splinterlands and you want to unstake, this is the fine print over here, you will take 28 days to unstake everything, with 25% of the total amount becoming unstaked every 7 days. In the event of a flash crash, you want to take out your splinter shards, you can't, right? You can't take out your splinter shards. In the event of a flash crash, you cannot take out your splinter shard and sell it off, right? It will still be here. So this is actually one of the concerns that is with staking. But so if this is such a huge problem, why is it even here in the first place, right? This prevents people from withdrawing and dumping it when the price, let's take for example this price goes to $1, right? and someone has 1 million splinter shards inside, that person cannot take that 1 million splinter shards and sell it off, right? When you sell off, by the law of supply and demand, right? If you sell off 1 million, the price will drop. So this is to prevent selling off. So let me just write it down. But staking and keeping it locked for 7 days prevents selling off. So which reduces the risk of a flash crash. Okay, so this is the third one of what are some concerns to note. And the last one is lower APR as more people stake. Lower APR as more people stake. You know, in the video I mentioned this will not be the same, right? When I first started, or rather when this first came out, this APR, where I saw it at 800%. 800%, 800% means that if you put 200 a day, right, you gain 1,600 a year. 800%, and now it's at 273%. So this title speaks for itself. Lower APR as more people stake. When more people put money inside this APR, because you're sharing the pool, right? Sharing the pool, more people want this, you will get lesser rewards. So if more people come in and stake, you will receive lesser interest, right? Okay, so we have these 4 risks and concerns. Now I want to show you how should you protect yourself from the concerns mentioned, right? Okay, A, read the white paper. So you want to protect yourself from staking in Splinterlands, you really need to know how this works, right? So this is the white paper. Just read everything. Right? Try to understand what's happening. What is a governance token? What is a decentralized autonomous organization? What is an oracle? What is whatever in this? Read it, understand it well, right? Get to know what you're putting your money into, right? Read the white paper. Get to know what you're putting your money into. It's the same as, let's say, you want to invest in a friend's company or you want to invest in stocks, right? You don't just put money inside. It's like, oh, people say it's good to put money inside. You don't do that, right? You want to understand, what stock is it I'm buying? What is my friend doing? How much? How much can he earn? Is it good? Is it feasible? Is it viable? In COVID period especially, right? Get to know what this Splinterlands is all about. Not only the white paper, but I like to put this as an additional point, which is to invest time to learn the game. Hey, why is this so important? Because when you play the game, you will understand how the developers work, right? How they govern this game. Let's say if you play something like Dota 2, right? Dota 2 is always improving, there's always updates, there's always changes. What does it mean? They're always preparing for the future. If you play this game, you realize that they will have like new expansions, they will have new rewards, everything they'll have something new, right? They will be on maintenance for a while. The developers will be there, they'll be talking to you, they'll establish trust to you. So when you play this game and when you learn this game, you will know, you actually can predict, right? You will be able to better predict the future of the game. Let's say when you play World of Warcraft, right, back in like late 1990s, I think, and when you keep playing the game and they keep having expansions, you will understand that actually that game has potential, right? Does this game have potential? Potential. I for one think that this game has massive potential, really, really massive potential, and I believe in this game, and I have been playing this game for a while actually, not that long. I've been really playing this game like a month ago, I think. Yeah. So does this game have potential? only you will know. When I tell you it has potential, you might not believe me, but when you play the game, only you will know whether this game has potential, right? So, number three is think of the future of the game. Well, when you read the white paper, you will know that they will have plans, in the coming years, right? What are they planning and what are they doing? I think of the future of the game. Can this game succeed? Can this game succeed on a standalone basis? Right? It doesn't connect to the Binance Smart Chain. In fact, it's on the Hive blockchain, which means that the fees are actually very negligible. Right? If you understand all this, means that you have a good understanding of this game, which means that you will already know and already trust that this game can go further in the long run. Right? If you know what gas fees are, you know that this game doesn't actually collect any gas fees, right? For now, next time I wouldn't know, but on the Hive blockchain, they don't collect any gas fees. So the future of the game is very promising, very promising. And this one, this is up to you to think for yourself. It's very promising. For me, I played the game for a while. I read up on the game. I've learned the mechanics of the game. I'm on the Telegram chat. I'm following their Twitter. I'm following their announcement and whatnot. I'm following the game, right? So I know where the game is going. Obviously, on the contrary, you also know if the game is going to hell, right? When the developers stop answering your questions, when they stop having updates, when everything just messed up, when there are bugs everywhere, that's when you know that it's going to hell, right? And maybe it's about time you don't invest in the game. Now, the last thing is actually a very common advice, right? Which is don't invest more than you can lose, right? Don't invest more than you can lose. Very simple advice. What does it mean? What does it really mean? Don't invest money that you need for the now, right? What do you need for the now? Money for food, money for transport, money to live life, right? Money to live your life today. So if you have extra money, what is extra money? So maybe you want to treat yourself to a nice restaurant or buy a new phone for the sake of buying a new phone. If you have extra money, means you can consider putting some extra money aside these games. So don't invest money that you need for the now. Don't invest more than you can lose, because this game, like every other blockchain and everything in the blockchain, is volatile, right? There will always be a risk of losing everything. Right? This does not mean that you will lose everything. This just means that you got to protect yourself. If you have $10,000, don't put $10,000 inside one game. Don't even put $10,000 inside crypto. If you have $10,000, maybe think of it 10%, 20%, put it in the game, right? How much do you actually need first? Right? Do you need 60%? Do you need 70%? How much do you need for the long term? Right? Don't invest more than you can lose. Expect a lot of volatility. Like for example, I bought extra, so I bought about $150 more worth of Splinter Shards at about 30 cents, right? It went down to 24 cents. That's a 20% loss, and then now it's back to 32 cents. So this is volatility. You need to know and you need to understand that crypto plays on the emotions a lot. So just know what you're doing. Very, very important. Know what you're doing inside. Learn the game more, especially this game. If you want to learn DeFi, I will have another video explaining most of the concepts in DeFi. But for now, this is the episode of staking in Splinterlands. Right? To sum it off, should you stake in Splinterlands? I believe so. You should, right? Should you invest time in this game? you should, right? It's a good game. It's a fun game. In fact, it's one of the only games that I consider fun because you have many things to do. Other DeFi games out there, it's just like clicking games and you click a bit and then you just get money. It's not very fun. The element of fun is not there. Yes, you play to earn, but it's not fun. This game is actually very fun. There's a high skill ceiling. You need to know a lot. You need to know there's like battles, there's brawls, there's weekly rewards. It's good, right? I'm not sponsored, but I'm strongly bullish for this game because this game actually gives me entertainment, and I spend a lot of time invested in. There's a lot of time invested into this game, so I hope that my time is not wasted. Right, that's why. So yep, I think that's all for this video. And if you have come to the end, thanks again for watching to the end. And please remember to like and subscribe. And I'll be posting more videos on Splinterlands or on any other things. And if you have any comments or questions, just put it down in the comments below. If you have any ideas on new videos or ideas on what you want to learn next, what you want to know next, just let me know and I will make a video on it. Alright, that's all for this video, and yep, thank you for watching.